Hi everyone, we are here at World Book Fair 2025 at Hubbox stall and in conversation with Santosh, the author for Author's Secret. So, I mean everyone has a secret and an author coming out with a title called An Author's Secret would love to know, everyone would love to know कि ऐसा क्या किया आपने जो हमें जानने की बहुत ज़रूरत है and I'm sure this must not be your story.
Definitely not. Hope I'm audible.
I'll give it to you. I'm just giving the brief, so I'm trying to, yeah. So we'll get to know more about the book from the author himself, and we'll have a lot of fun here. So I would request you to first unveil the cover.
Sure.
Just pull it. That's it. All right. पीछे गिरा दो आप उसको. That's it.
It's a big
Amazing.
one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take the credits. So, okay. We'll start with the title first.
Sure.
It's very intriguing. Any author would want to know what does it actually talk about. Because if I see the book cover gives me a lot of murder instinct, but what's with the title? And don't tell me that my publishers told you, yeah. Don't tell me that.
Okay, you stole my answer, but no.
So you were smart enough to try that.
So no, this is about. So coincidentally, it's about an author's life.
Okay.
And how she goes about unveiling secrets in real life as an author herself, as well as real life.
Okay.
So hence it was an apt title, An Author's Secret. So we went about going about with that name.
So are there multiple authors जिनके secrets she's been revealing, or is it just hers?
It's actually, so she has to write a book in it. So that is one secret that she has to unravel.
Okay.
While unraveling something about the book, she realizes a secret from real life as well. So she ends up unraveling two different secrets. So that's how it is.
Okay. So would one be scared from you? Like how many secrets you know? How long have you been in the industry to know?
No, industry mein to it's been 15 plus years since I have been writing. As I was just telling the others, so I have experimented with humor before. 2011 is when I had released my first book. But moving to murder mystery, that was a completely new genre for me. So it was a big experiment, which I hope paid off as well.
Should I wait till the announcement gets over? It's very irritating. Anyways, so you mentioned it to me that the two books which you have written earlier is in humor. What made you to switch to murder, and how long did it take you to come to this genre? Really intriguing something.
I think there are many legends whom I have always followed. So P.G. Wodehouse is an inspiration to me, who has written about 100 books in humor. Once I read him is when I was inspired to write something in humor. But then the obvious happened. Agatha Christie happened.
Yeah,
So once
definitely.
I started reading Agatha Christie, I was like, okay, so why shouldn't I expand? Why should I be? I didn't want to be labeled as someone who can write only one genre. And it's, I feel as a writer, humor may seem very funny, may seem easy, but it's one of the toughest genres to write.
Yes.
The other toughest genre to write is definitely mystery.
Yeah.
So those are the two similarities between the two genres. So I thought, why not pick that up as well, and see how I can keep the secret from the audience till the last page while they're reading. So hence, I hope it's come out well. My readers have to give comments. I am receiving good comments on Amazon. I hope it continues and builds from there.
Yeah. Okay. So it's very safe to say that you like challenges because you picked up titles like humor and then mystery, जहाँ पे बहुत convince करना पड़ता है for the reader to hook up to the book. So one of your one challenge that you faced really very strongly in this book when you were writing it, when you were building the story, and how did you tackle it through?
See, I think so. First of all, this is a mystery within a mystery.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
That was the toughest part for me, because it's like two different universes, two different stories altogether.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to create a hook which links the real life with that fiction story as well. so that when the reader finishes the book, they are able to relate to both the story within the story as well the author's, the main character's story.
Yeah.
So that was the toughest task. Somehow I think subconsciously, usually when people write, it's their subconscious which is at play. So somehow I was convinced the way I could finish the book saying, okay, this is making sense. It seems balanced and people will be able to appreciate it. So that's how I went about it.
Okay, interesting. So, do you know beta reading? People do a lot of beta reading, alpha reading, sending their scripts to people to review and everything. So, do you have someone in your life who's your devil's advocate and made you change the script maybe multiple times? Again, you can't say the publishers.
Publishers, unfortunately or fortunately, that's their job. So yes, I can't. Actually, not. I hear you. There are definitely confidants, very close friends who have known about my dream of becoming an author and appreciate it entirely. However, when it comes to writing, I prefer, so when I go through the editing, I'm very ruthless with myself as well. So I'm like, no, this is not making sense. As a reader, people will just say there is a loophole. So I am usually my own best critic. At the same time, yes, there are aspects that I may miss out as well, and that's where publishers
Come in
do
picture.
their best job. Otherwise, no, I don't prefer sending it to other friends to validate the script or to poke holes in the script.
Pretty much of a one-man army you are leading into. And I mean, interesting. I mean, a lot of people have a lot of different phases and perspective toward how they have written the book. And you come out very differently, where you feel that maybe you are the best critic for yourself. And I'm sure my editor says that it's a lovely, lovely book and I have to pick it up for reading it. But my whole idea was that once I meet the author, I need the convincing from the author himself that why should I be reading that book? Okay, let's go back to the base. So when was there a time that you felt like, maybe I want to write my emotions, maybe write what I'm thinking, or was it always there in you ever since childhood that you wanted to become a writer?
That's a very interesting question. So very strangely, it was just a flip of the switch. As I was saying that I'm inspired by P.G. Wodehouse. So,
Yeah.
there was a phase when I was just reading book after book, and just something clicked, saying that I was able to appreciate his way of humor. Of course, he's a legend, but I was like, okay, I can't be him, but there is an aspect of me where I think I can
Yeah.
sound like this. I think,
Take a bit of it.
yeah, and since college, I have dabbled with short stories, dramas, poems. So that way I was like, okay, so I have tried my hand at writing. This is a very different ball game, but why not give it a shot? It wasn't easy because I said I don't have a relative who is a writer.
Yeah.
No one whom I know who is a writer.
How was your family about it? Writing?
So
It was not too personal to ask.
No, not at all. So, firstly, I was quite secretive about it because it was my first attempt. So I didn't want to be either over encouraged or discouraged. So I took a year and a half to finish my first book, and once it was done, unfortunately I couldn't get into any other publisher, and I ended up self-publishing it in 2011. And the first copy I took to my family and just put it in their hands.
Okay.
It took a few moments for them to register, saying what is happening. And then the name of the son, oh, your book. So that's how it was. So I wanted to be sure about it myself before handing it over to someone. So I had kept it a secret from my family.
Okay. A lot of secrets, I see. So now the book is making hell lot of sense to me that why is it an author's secret? Good one. I mean, interesting. Again, you said something which I was really hooked to, but then it slipped out of my mind. Any which ways. So have your family read the book? Finally, this one, is this one be told about?
No.
Not
that
yet?
No. This I have told them about, but no one has. So
Yet.
I have close family friends who read it, but so my wife is a bit concerned to read it because she can also become a good critic.
Okay.
So she knows the synopsis, but she presently refrains from finishing the book. So I've been coaxing her to finish it and give me the feedback as well. But otherwise, I think my family has been receiving this well because my last book was published good 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, long, pretty long.
And they're like, wow, okay, so you still have, you've not given up on your passion and you're still at it. So, because there is a day job that we all writers for that matter, or any artists for that matter, they have to keep up their day job as well. So this was a bit difficult, but happy that I was able to.
It has come out beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks.
Now I recall what I was thinking about. So when you said, no offense, Santosh, no offense, okay? No. When you said that, you were into short stories, writing and activities, you look like a very studious one. You don't look like someone who would participate in co-curricular activities, okay? So that is something, maybe it's like a secret, I don't know, trying to play around the book possibly. That's a very lovely story, what you have been trying to showcase in this. But I would ask my last question, that what is something that you feel that you want to give it from yourself to the readers? So every time an author writes a book, it's a baby, it's a sweetheart, you pour everything you have in yourself there. So what is that one element you feel that you would want to pass it on to your readers when they pick up this book?
No, I think last time when someone asked me this question, funnily enough, I hadn't thought through it. It was all at the back of my mind. So,
now you're prepared.
So now I'm prepared with an answer. So when I was introspecting, saying, what is that one element that I wanted my readers to take away from? It's about the writer, the protagonist's journey, the female lead's journey. She starts off as a romance writer, a struggling romance writer who has not been successful at all. And then she's made to write a genre she's not even familiar with. So she doesn't say no, she still takes it up, experiments, and comes out successful at the end of the story. So, a couple of aspects, right? So one, maybe you still are yet to explore your own strength.
True.
You believe it to be X, but it may be Y. So that nudge is important from either yourself or people who are close to you, so that you can start exploring the direction. Secondly, don't give hope. And that is definitely one aspect of my life. It is there because I've been writing for 15 years and I haven't given up on it. So in the story, it's like the female lead doesn't give up. That she has completed a couple of romance novels, nothing has worked. She still doesn't give up and still gives her best shot, which works well for her in this story. Yeah.
So beautiful. I'm so sorry I said the last question, but I have one more for you, which is. Women, please don't kill me here. So we women are always stated as we can't keep secrets. We can't keep secrets. We are the one who gossips a lot, talks a lot, spills a lot. So why did you choose a woman to be a protagonist, whereas you have yourself as a man?
Okay, this is like you're coming up with all tough questions. So there is, firstly when a writer thinks of a story, at least to me, I'm sure there are many other writers, they think very differently.
Of course.
So the story just happens in your mind broadly. And we just, we take the pen and the story unravels itself. So firstly, it was always, it just came to me that, okay, it has to be female. But if I again introspect and give you a more thought through answer, my first two books, people whom I know who read my books, could relate parts of me in the book.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, Santosh, this you have written, this had happened, is it? Or
come up with incidences.
Then I realized that I am unable to get out of, my character and completely get into the book's character. So I just wanted to consciously ensure that I can be separated completely from the book's character itself. True. So gender identity being one of them as well. Agatha Christie is one of the greatest novelists of all time.
That would have been the simplest answer.
Right? Simplest answer, but may not have been the complete one. So this is a complete answer.
Yeah.
So that way I thought, okay, this is something just sits well. That's how I went about it.
So I'm really glad that you did not choose the simplest way and you answered the way it is. It takes a lot, I'm not an expert, I did not write a book, but it takes a lot to get into character building, to be a character yourself, even though you're not the same person, and writing the story throughout and everything around the person. So it's a really, really interesting conversation having with you. I would want you to pitch a little about the book, why one should pick your book and why one should read, because you would like to put it on the social media. So please hold the book and just say a few lines here.
Sure. Okay, so firstly, if I'm a new reader, I think I'll pitch for my new readers. The English is quite simple. There are elements of humor in this as well. Elements because humor is something which fortunately and unfortunately comes naturally to me,
Naturally.
so that went in as well. And there are two mysteries, two layers of mysteries that have been incorporated. So it's like you buy one book and you get to read two books. So it was
True.
and also frankly I intentionally wanted to separate the two stories very very distinctly. So one takes place in India, in Bangalore. The other one takes place in Florida, US. So
Okay.
you get to experience two different cultures
In just one book.
and two different countries in one book. So these are my
Interesting.
pitching point if at all they are. Yes. Thank you.
Interesting. That's a very interesting pitch point to give it to anyone. I am already sold for it. That's a very. It was lovely having conversation with you, Santosh. Guys, please come to the stall. Meet him. He's here for at the bookstore at Harbours, and meet him. Get to know the book through him because everyone has a different perspective towards it. You would love it. You would enjoy it. Please buy your copies. Get it signed by him and have a great fun. Thank you so much.